Hello, everyone. I hope we're having a great start to today and also quite ready to receive what God has for us today, reading this in the Psalm journey. Just want to thank God for His goodness and His mercy. I want to thank God for His word, for Him helping us to delve deeper into what it is that He has given us to guide our footsteps, Lord, and to see us through as we live this life. May He continue to protect us. May He continue to open our hearts and our minds to understand all that He has called us for. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. So, yes, we're already in second chapter of Psalm, verse 5. And today, reading from the NIV, I would say, He rebukes them in His anger and terrifies them in His wrath, saying, um, Sometimes I'm asking myself, yes, I want to just continue and just read the next, but being obedient and sticking to the verse, but also referencing the previous day. It says that God then angrily addresses them in a rage, He strikes them with panic. We're reading from the Jerusalem Bible. And here, if you miss God, if you read this, you think, oh my God, why is God so angry at His people, right? And it's like, how is God's wrath described here? And here it's making people, rebuking people actually. But it only comes after He sees that they are not going forward in the way that they should. And this is something that I would say that I'm also struggling to understand, and I'm asking God for His divine revelation. Because during my study, I wrote, okay, um, basically, God does not just strike or rout on people until He has uh, cautioned them or He has nudged them about what they are doing. And then it says, what is the purpose of divine rebuke in the next part, right? It's like, it's to make people more aware that they are going against the will of God. It's because when people start, we read in the previous verses, right? They were coming together against the Lord and His people, and then they were laughing at God's people, talking about how we should. They should. The way of God is not free. We need to get free from God, and we need to do our own things. And God is calling His people back to Him, saying that yes, despite you think that breaking free from God is a life of freedom, it is not. It's actually a life of bondage because you will be slave to sin and not the will of God. And here the next reflection point is, how do I balance God's love with His justice? And for me, I wrote down, knowing that God's love is everything and everything that we would ever want, and whenever He rebukes us, He is trying to guide us towards the way that is best for us. And I'm also consciously and praying that may God help me to return to His will whenever I've fallen, because sometimes we get carried away. We say no, we don't go the ways of God, we go our own ways, and we end up in consequences that He was calling us to avoid if we had been paying attention to what He had for us. So maybe that's the hard posture for today, asking God that we know that He loves us. We know that there is no one that could love us with the love of God. And whenever we have a situation where God is calling us back to Him, that He will help us to acknowledge His heart for us and to live in obedience and to keep dwelling in His presence. I hope that this word has blessed you. And if I still get a revelation of how best to explain God's wrath, because I know that we do not serve a God that is angry. We serve a God that is loving. However, He also corrects us, because when we stray away or when we blaspheme or think that we do things in not in according to His will and rebuke Him, He's able to call us back lovingly and tell us that we should go the way He has planned for us. So it's a divine correction. May God bless us, may He keep us, and may He continue to shine His face upon us and let us know that we have a good Father that cares for us always, no matter the circumstances. In Jesus' mighty name. So have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.